What up YouTube, Nathan Heightz here. Thank you for tuning into my channel where I share with you my language learning experiences in Spanish as well as other languages. Now, those of you who have been subscribed to my channel for a long time remember my old videos where I shared with you my astonishing progress in the Spanish language. On this channel here, I share with you the techniques that I use to achieve that, as well as some things that I would do different knowing what I know now with the additional experience. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about a phenomenon which occurs when you reach an intermediate level in a foreign language. And that phenomenon is when learning new vocabulary no longer becomes helpful. It simply becomes unproductive and new ways develop for you to progress a little bit faster, right? Now, this stage occurs somewhere once you hit a decent amount of vocabulary, right? For me, I started memorizing a massive amount of vocabulary as I was learning the grammar, and I basically memorized a whole 5,000 word dictionary. Once I memorized that 5,000 word dictionary, I had a very strong base of vocabulary to understand at least what was going on in just about every given situation. Now, years later, I have gone back to look into that dictionary to see how much information I've actually retained. Basically, I wanted to see if I still knew those 5,000 words, or if there were some words which fell off that I don't use anymore and just simply weren't as important as I thought they might have been. And if I'm being completely honest, upon reviewing just in the first 500 words of that dictionary, there are probably about 40 to 50 words that I do not use frequently, which have kind of fallen off, right? They're words that I would know if I heard them, but if I was trying to formulate a sentence, they wouldn't necessarily pop into my mind. And some of these are phrases like por mi cuenta and things like that, right? Or maybe instead of these words, I've learned other words which are regionally significant. For example, learning words that are from Mexico as opposed to words that are used in Spain, which have kind of taken the place of those words. Basically, what I'm trying to say in this video is there comes a point in your language learning where actually attempting to force yourself to learn more vocabulary is not the best way to progress. So, what is the best way to progress, right? That's what you guys want to know. Basically, in my experience, once you reach this point, the only way that you'll be able to make that same progress that you once made would be to actually interact with native speakers and use your vocabulary. By using your vocabulary, you'll be able to retain which words are actually most important, right? In your daily conversations, you'll retain the words because they'll be used, as opposed to trying to memorize words that you may not hear for another year. Now, the reason this is most important is because it's very functional. It's a very pragmatic approach to language learning, as opposed to memorizing some obscure vocabulary list, right? So once you reach this level where you are conversationally fluent, where you can talk about a decent range of topics, I would suggest to you that you no longer search out words to memorize, and you instead carry around a small notepad where you can quickly write down any words, especially if you are hearing the same word over and over again, but you are simply not remembering what it means. Now, once you have this little notepad, what you can do later in the night is you can actually make a list of these words, and you can then use your little flashcards and your visualization techniques. Now, the reason I suggest that you do this is because these vocabulary are the ones that you need to know. They're the ones that are going to pop up most often, not that obscure list that you might find at the beginning of a frequency dictionary. I've kind of learned this the hard way because me, being stubborn, would kind of have this sort of ego issue where I would need to know the words that are in that dictionary. Now, I can't say this hasn't benefited me at all, but by far what has benefited me the most is actually writing down words that I hear often. And the reason this benefits me the most is because if you know these words, people are more likely to interact with you as a native speaker, and they're less likely to hold back. Now, this prevents you from having a crutch or having people treat you like an English learner and actually slowing down your progress. So you definitely want to have as much experience speaking with people on that native level. You don't want them to treat you as if they need to speak to you as a baby. This is going to prevent you from reaching a high intermediate level to advanced level in the long run. Anyways, I hope this video was helpful, guys, and if you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I plan on releasing new videos weekly for the rest of eternity. I also have a quick little channel update for you guys. I am currently learning another language, and I will be sharing that language with you in the next coming months. I definitely want to learn a little bit more about the grammar and a few more vocabulary words, and actually put together a video for you guys where I share myself speaking the language. I think you guys will find this more interesting than me just telling you what the language is. So with that, thank you for watching this video. Gracias por ver este video. Tlaskamati. Nos vemos pronto. Y paz.